What up, Dan Proft, Amy Jacobson? So, in this silly season of presidential politics and with the silliness of Donald Trump on the right, sorta, and Bernie Sanders and Hillary on the left, no better guest to assess the presidential campaign than noted political satirist P.J. O'Rourke of the Daily Beast. You know him from such seminal works as Parliament of Horrors and Republican Party Reptile and Eat the Rich. Been reading him for years and years. P.J. O'Rourke, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Hey, I'm glad to be there. You know, I went to Oak Park River Forest, so I actually grew up in Toledo, Ohio, but I lived for a while in Chicago. I'm a semi-native.
Well, everything's come full circle at Oak Park River Forest now.
Tell them.
It's they've reinstituted segregation there. You have black student assemblies only. So
wait a minute.
Yeah, how about that?
After the Michael Brown shooting, they wanted to, talk to other African American students, so they had an assembly with some counselors and teachers, and only African Americans could enter the gymnasium.
That's enlightened liberalism.
Well, wait a minute. I mean, like some of us, my mother's family has been in America since the 1700s, since well before the Revolutionary War. They were like some sort of poor limeys that wound up in Virginia. They went out through the Cumberland Gap into they followed the same course as the Lincoln family, to Kentucky and up into Indiana and wound up in Illinois. And now, okay, we've been here. Who knows what bloodline has accumulated over the years? Who I may be related to? I mean. I might be black myself.
Sure. Well, frankly,
a DNA test with Ancestry.com.
Well,
you can do that. I'm going to do that.
Frank, why do you need a DNA test, PJ? I mean, in America Redefined, if you feel black, you're black. Rachel Dolezal.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That NAACP thing. Okay, so I'm feeling black this morning.
All right, very good. Well, let's get right.
in a Colin Powell sort of way. Let me make that clear.
Meaning you're feeling militaristic. Okay, I got it.
Militaristic, respectable, upstanding.
Got it. You wouldn't have been out at Ferguson last night. I got it.
Yeah.
So you wrote this piece in the Weekly Standard about how Democrats hate your guts.
Yes, I did.
And so explain how and why Democrats hate our guts. And the your.
Oh, yeah. And I was addressing specifically people who vote for Democrats because they hate them most. The Democrats hate them most. And the reasoning here is that what Democrats are most interested in is political power. And what political power is a way to bully other people, to lord it over other people without merit. Because there's no bar to entry to politics. You don't have to go to medical school. You don't have to make a lot of money. You just have to have other people give it to you. You don't have to achieve anything. You don't have to have any skill. You don't need to pass the union test for like the plumbers union. You don't have to do anything. I mean, and so like politics attracts people who want to have power over people for no good reason. Now, and the Democrats are really good at politics. They love politics. The Republicans, as you may have noticed from the debate, are terrible at politics. That's because we have a life, and Republicans leave politics to our halt and our lame and our addled.
Yes.
Those among us that don't have any other useful purpose in life, and
a lot of names and faces are coming to mind as you're describing both sides.
I need hardly explain myself there. So the thing is, it's because Democrats love political power, and we live in a democracy. They need your vote. They have to have your vote. And therefore, they hate and despise you because if you ever twig to the fact that they want your vote strictly so they can bully you, you would throw the bums out. And that scares the you-know-what out of Democrats, the likelihood that you may turn on them. So the attitude of the Democrats to the voters, Republicans are just out there sort of lamely saying, oh, vote for me because, like, I'm the dumbest kid in my family and I need a job. Yeah. I mean, the others went into the professions in the military and stuff, and that left me. And but the Democrats are saying, I want to boss everybody around, and I need you to do this, but I need you not to know this thing. And so the Democratic attitude toward voters, it's tell Mike it was nothing personal, just business.
Well, then in reading your article, you had some fancy names for the Republican candidates. Bush League, Dog Walker, Rubio, get out of the Carson. How'd you come up with those names? Hucka Upchuck, huh?
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun to go through. I mean, that's what I do for a living is like make fun of people. And I got to say, the Republicans make it very easy. Looking at the Republican debate, I was thinking, gosh, I wish I were a liberal.
Well, wait a second. You
Why?
said from your piece and from what you're saying here this morning, you sound like a Trump voter. I mean, Trump kind of has disdain for everyone, too. Does this electorate deserve a Donald Trump presidency?
Well, yeah, I did write a piece to the extent that America may have degenerated to the point where it deserved no better than Donald Trump. But Donald Trump's behavior since I wrote that piece would indicate that even we in our degenerate form, even the modern Americans, we're not that bad. I mean, why? Why? The debate would have been so much more fun if the World Wrestling Federation had put it on instead of Fox and Facebook, because then the other 9 could have dragged Trump around by his hair.
Like a battle royale, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, and assuming it's real. If it's not real, they could have pulled the wig down over the ref's eyes and took Trump and thrown him over the ropes and let him be beaten to death by old ladies with handbags.
And so, since you're feeling black this morning in the upstanding Colin Powell kind of way, I got it. 1 year anniversary of Ferguson marked appropriately, ironically, although the irony lost on the agitators, with violence in Ferguson last night. President Obama over the weekend gave an interview to NPR where he said he is really essentially galvanized and has a sense of urgency about improving race relations in his last 18 months. What do you make of that?
Well, where's he been for the last 7 years, I mean, here was a guy with an absolutely fabulous opportunity to bring Americans together. Let me give an example. Another Democrat as an example. It's probably not remembered that much now. Except near Boston, in Boston and nearby where I live, there was a terrific anti-Catholic prejudice in America before 1960. It was the single biggest issue. I mean, you look today at Richard Nixon and John F. Kennedy. Who's going to be president, Richard Nixon or John F. Kennedy? It was right down to the wire. It was a squeaker. I mean, you can be as Republican as you want. I mean, there's Jack and his beautiful wife and their fun-loving family and everything attractive and wonderful about him. And there's Nixon. What are you gonna vote for? I mean, I'll tell you. You could be off to the right of Anton Scalia, and you would have voted for Kennedy.
Richard J. Daley, we have to thank for that, allegedly.
Yeah, well, right. Yeah, I mean, in the end, Jack's dad had to buy the election for him. He said, I remember Joe was supposed to have said, "Look, I'm buying you the election. I'm not buying you a landslide."
All right, PJ O'Rourke, Daily Beast, always entertaining. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Hey, I love it.
And he joined us on our Turnkey, DAP Pro answer line.